Welcome back to the Journey to the FarLands. Let's see here. I seem to have everything together, so let's just break out of here. Make sure there's nobody unpleasant around. Close the place off. Find west, and let's proceed. Anyway, let's get things started properly here. Currently, Windows is reporting the size of this world save as 817 megabytes, and Minecraft is reporting 819.57 megabytes. Someday I'm going to find out which one of those is the most accurate number and then only use that number. But, for time being, I'll continue reporting both of them just because, what the heck. In donation news, the Child's Play charity donation situation remains unchanged from the last time I reported it. And the fund raising money for propane on the TFC tip jar on the bottom of that same page at tinfoilchef.com/donate. That situation is now to the point where it's approximately 1/4 of what it would take to get the first tank of propane. And that would be the first of what I estimate to be 4 that would be required to get through till approximately this time next year, and it would also be a first in that it would be the first supply of propane I've had since last May. And I'm definitely looking forward to that. Honestly, I think that whenever that does finally happen, I think the first thing that I'm probably going to do after, oh boy. Okay, that looks passable. The first thing I'm going to do after actually loading up the propane tank is I'm going to start the hot water heater going, give it time to completely heat up its 40-gallon capacity, and then I'm going to start a period of taking 2 or 3 showers a day, and I need to stop real quickly and change a setting. Did not expect Skype to jump in there and nail me like that. I forgot to set it to Do Not Disturb. Anyway, at least it didn't jump up and grab the video or anything. Anyhow, I'm definitely looking forward to doing that. You know, because there's only just so much that you can do with a wash rag and soap and a pan of hot water that you cook up on the stove. Really, there's only just so much effectiveness that you can get with that. And I'm looking forward to fixing a situation basically in which I have become one of the filthiest human beings on the planet. At least that's how I feel about it. Especially with a summer full of sweat and grime and that has basically accumulated on my person. You know, it doesn't show in vlog videos and such because I've gone out of my way to make sure that it doesn't. But it's there. And anyway, enough about that. That's disgusting. And probably really pathetic sounding. Anyway, we continue onward. We continue doing what we have to do. Not only traveling to the FarLands, but just continuing the everyday thing. Making videos every day and trying to be interesting in some way. Interesting, or at least a little bit of entertaining. If nothing else, I figure people can at least get something of a laugh from some of my fails, which I have to admit sometimes can be really funny. Okay, I should probably grab some wool and a tree or two, but not the brown wool because that doesn't stack with the white. Hold still. I'll get the right tool yet. There we go. Trying to take wool with a compass and then with a sword. At least you can get some with a sword, but you don't get as much as when you use the shears. Alright, anyhow, looks like the wool problem is taken care of for a while. Grab a few logs along the way here. All right. Well, let's see. In response to my vlog from yesterday, I got some really supportive comments, and I appreciate that very much. And between several folks, the gist of it was, if I were to boil everything down to just the basic sentiment, it comes out to, well, I think the way Yume10605 put it is a good summary. They said, just take your time and get yourself in order. We, your viewers, can and will wait. All our love and support is under you. Well, I appreciate all that support, really, I very much do. And the fact that there really isn't any pressure to produce and to do this and that from viewers. I appreciate that, because some people... Has someone been through here? Obviously it fell from up there when the world generated this area, but still, that looks like somebody came through and tried to navigate through here. Anyway, speaking of navigating, we'll navigate through this forest. Find a place to park for the coming night at the end of the first day. Anyway, I do appreciate very much the deliberate lack of pressure, shall we say, that means that people are not insisting and demanding, as I've seen people do to other content producers, video makers, vloggers, Minecrafters, gamers, what have you, in the comments, demanding more content, demanding that the person in question make more of this or that or the other, and, well, and all of that. I do appreciate that a lot, because that kind of pressure makes it very hard to produce much of anything. And some people don't quite realize that, I think. I guess we'll just park here. All right. There we go. Okay. Yeah, that lack of pressure is very welcome, very helpful. It is an extremely good thing. And I appreciate that. But honestly, I have a kind of a... Oh, that was really stupid. Apparently that was a branch and not the central trunk. Uh-oh. Creeper. Oh, I love being able to fire a bow that fast. I miss being able to do that. I really wish they had never changed that to that bow charging thing that they have in the modern version of Minecraft now. I mean, really. Something like being able to do that is just so nice. Anyway, proceeding onward here. Well, like I said, I really appreciate the lack of pressure and all that. That's great. It's fantastic, and the support is fantastic as well. But when it comes right down to it, I can't take my time. I can't just simply take a week off or take 2 weeks off and not think about making the new content and keeping things going while I deal with this or that or get my head straight or whatever it takes. Oh, excuse me. Okay. Now, I can't do that because, well, the whole YouTube thing has become a rather important thing for me to keep up with, because well, it's fast approaching the point where it's getting to be about the only thing I can do to earn some little extra bit of cash. Floating dots of sand. How about that? I'm wondering maybe if I should get out a boat. What the heck? It will probably prove itself to be a waste of time, but I'll do it anyway. Like I said, YouTube is becoming pretty much the main source of whatever little alternate income I can come up with. Because while I still do the blog writing thing, as I've indicated in the past, that particular source of income, that particular industry, is very quickly becoming a thing of the past. There is less and less to be made from doing it all the time. And frankly, these days I spend as much, if not more, time handling requests to remove old posts and links than I do processing assignments to put up new ones. I have almost, I actually, these days, I think I have more requests to remove an old thing than I do to be paid for putting up a new one. And yeah, that's right. That means that I don't get paid for taking down the old ones. But if I don't take them down, I won't get assignments to put up new ones. So, like I said, that whole industry is going down the tubes. It is just not going to continue to be viable for much longer. I wouldn't be at all surprised if most, if not all, companies doing that particular line of work end up doing something else. Because it's not the same internet that it was in 2007. You know, in 2007, I made a good dollar doing this. Oh, come on. Need to re-up some of my dirt anyway. Okay, so I still do the blog thing, but that industry's on the way out, and it's less and less profitable to keep doing that as time goes on. And so it comes down to the fact that the only other thing I do that earns any money at all is the video making on YouTube. And since in recent months I have seen a really major increase in the popularity of the videos that I do on the Self1 channel, which has been renamed recently thanks to some of one of Google's changes that was actually good. Was able to sort of rebrand that channel, and now it is called Tinfoil Chef's Gaming Channel. It still has the same URL, you know, youtube.com/user/self1. It still has that same URL, but now when you go to the channel, or I make a comment on a video using that channel, it is listed as Tinfoil Chef's Gaming Channel, and that gives it a little bit of recognition branding, or whatever you want to call it. I don't know. I don't even know if recognition branding is the right term, or is a term, whatever. But it makes it recognizable, gives it a little branding, and so on. And the stuff that I'm doing on that channel, the gaming stuff, the Minecraft, the Kerbal Space Program, the Hermitcraft FTB, you know, Hermitcraft FTB in particular has proven to be very, very much popular and increasing in such popularity fairly quickly. And I appreciate that. As a matter of fact, I've had something of a real upsurge in views on that content, on the Hermitcraft FTB content, over the last several days since the reset of the world. And this is why I'm focusing on making as much more of that as I can, You know, I don't want to come across as being desperate or anything like that, but this content has proven to be popular, and so I want to give people what they obviously want, you know, more of it. And so I'm working on doing as much of that as I can, while not forgetting the Minecraft Vanilla and not forgetting Kerbal Space Program, because they have a certain degree of popularity as well. And, you know, it's just now occurred to me that it's very probable that some of what I'm doing today is going to come across as being somewhat mindless seeming ramble and whatnot. And if that's the case, I'm sorry, but I have to talk about something while I'm doing this, and this is what I've got for the moment. But basically, the main sentiment is that while I appreciate the thought that folks are not demanding content and demanding that I produce more of this or that or the other, it basically comes down to the point where I cannot afford to take such things as breaks and time off and things like that. I can't do that. I need to keep up with the production of new stuff constantly, because I know also, and this is partly from experience, I know very much that when you're doing stuff like that, as soon as you stop, things slow down, and they slow down fast. So stopping or slowing down or taking a break, it's not going to happen. Not for some time to come. In any event, if you're still watching after all this time, I thank you very much for continuing to watch and for supporting in any way you can, like even if it's just hitting like on a video or tweeting it and things like that. I appreciate that a lot. And thanks for watching. Take it easy.